Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we're going to look at something new from Pat McGrath. These are 3 of the Pat McGrath FetishEYES Longwear liquid eyeshadows. I do know that Pat McGrath had a big release that included these as well as some eyeshadow palettes and lip looks. I just went ahead and got these. I didn't bother with the palettes, but I kind of want you guys to tell me if I made a mistake. I have been staying away from reviews because I didn't want to see the liquid eyeshadow reviews. So you guys tell me, what did you think of the palettes? And what have you thought of the reviews that you have seen? I would love your opinion. Tell me if I should pick those up. But I did pick up the Longwear liquid eyeshadow because I wanted to see what Pat McGrath would do with a little bit of liquid eyeshadow. And I have some, I think, pretty accurate comparisons here. Okay, so there are 7 shades actually, but I picked up 3, and we're gonna swatch them in 2 different lights. I picked up Luna Rose, Twilight Platinum, and then what you see on me now, Cosmic Chartreuse, which is more like Cosmic Olive Green Gold. I was scared it was going to be like some wild lime green. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It's very wearable. These promise to be 10 hours of wear and crease proof. Now that is a big promise for a liquid eye, isn't it? But liquid eyeshadow has come a long way, baby. It definitely has, from the times that they would crease and leave all sorts of glitter after they disappeared, right? The shade, the color disappears and the glitter is all that's left to tell the story is the glitter. And of course, creasing and stuff. So we are going to do a little bit of a wear test as well. But I will tell you that I'm kind of supremely impressed. All right, let's look at the shades that I got here, and we'll look at them in the sunshine too. First of all, I picked up Luna Rose, and what I'm going to do is, I've already worked with these in the demo, but what I'm going to do is just do a nice little smush there, and then I'm going to kind of spread it out there, pardon my hand in your way, but I'm just going to spread it out at the top there for you to see it better, and I can do the little stripe a bit darker. There you go. Now here we go with the second shade. I've tried to get unique shades. I got the Twilight Platinum shade. This is a beautiful kind of evening shade, or daytime, do what you will. Here it is, a few stripes of that, and then I'm going to take my finger in your way here and just kind of blur that out. When you blur it out, there's a little less color and a little more sparkle, but I'm okay with that. It's not chunky or painful glitter. It's not getting into my eyes. And now the color that I'm wearing now that I thought would be so different than what it actually is, here is the Cosmic Chartreuse, and I'm going to do a few of those. It's kind of a greenish gold. Gosh, that's pretty. Chartreuse to me is a little bit more neon, but I like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, so here we have all 3 of the shades I got from Luna Rose, Twilight Platinum, and Cosmic Chartreuse, and then they're kind of blended out at the top. You can see those, but let's see them best in the warm Southern California sunshine. It's actually getting hot this week. This is why I complain. I know, you guys are going to say, how dare you complain? We're sitting here up to our necks in snow, Rebecca. I know, but how about you send me a little snow and I'll send you a little sun? I like sweaters. I'm in California. We like to be able to wear sweaters. All right, so there you just saw them. What we're going to do now is try them all on. I'm going to show you how it works and give you some of my thoughts and comparisons as we go. And then we're going to do, not as long as I'd like, but a little bit of a wear test to see if these actually do indeed not crease. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be the judge of that. Stay right there. Since I have 3 shades of this liquid eyeshadow, I was really tempted to do one of my little silly montages. You know, I have fun with those. But, you know, I realize we're not here for me to have fun. These are actually reviews. So I decided to do this with you guys on camera because we want to know how it applies, how much playtime we have, does it make a mess and smear everywhere, and I am trying it for the first time with you guys. This is the Luna Rose shade, which is probably the shade I would wear the most. It's kind of the most tame. I don't know if you're going to catch me, you know, hanging out, having lunch in the Chartreuse shade. So far nice, a very moussey feel. And I think you could use fingers, you could use a sponge. I'm going to use a Rephr brush, and I have here a Rephr number 1, which is one of my favorites. I will say this, it has a nice cooling sensation that I'm enjoying. Oh, hey, let me tell you, nice. So my problem with liquid shadow is generally that because I'm a klutz, admittedly, it goes over here very easily. They can be very kind of viscous. good word, and it goes over this way. These are nice and moussey, almost like if Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize had a baby with the Stila liquid shadow, so that it's like a, you know what, that's a perfect way to describe it. It's like a slightly more liquid version of Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. The problem with Eyes to Mesmerize, of course, is what if you're playing along at home, is that they crease on a lot of people and the wear time isn't great. So the question is, will this crease when Pat McGrath tells us this is not a product that will crease? So very pretty, little or messier over here, but nothing, no big deal. Very pretty. And I'm going to take it off. Normally I would run a little bit of it under the eye, but I'm going to take it off. But super pretty, nice and cooling. Feels like it's set. I am going to take this off. With our last shade, I will do a wear test and we'll see if it creases. The Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize actually do not crease on me. I'm just telling you what feedback I've heard in our community. All right, let's take this off and do this more kind of nighttime silvery twilight platinum look. Stay right. I ended up wearing that shade for about 30 minutes. Some things came up and no creasing. Usually things that crease would have creased on me by then. It's like an immediate kind of situation, but I will wear the last shade for quite a few hours, so we know. Okay, let's see. Are these glittery? Absolutely. I have taken off the rose shade underneath and it has left glitter, and that happens because these are glitter, the glitter base. The glitter stays when everything else goes away, but I will get that off a little bit better. But I just kind of want to try the different shades and see how they work. But do I have a bit of a glitter base left? Yeah, I do. Oh, definitely, you guys. This is, in fact, I'm going to go out on a limb. Let me take a ref for number 27. I'm actually going to go out on a limb. You know what the first shade I said to you guys, that it was like a more liquid version of Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize? God, that's beautiful. I'm actually going to change up what I said. This is not a more liquid version of Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize. This is if Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize were put into a tube and served up with a doe foot. That's what I'm changing it to. This is glorious. Look at this. Now I have admittedly a lot of glitter kind of sitting around my face from taking off the other. I'll take off this shade a bit better because I got the glitter transferred. The glitter would not normally transfer. It transferred because I was, wiping and rubbing at my face to change the shades. And, in your everyday life, you're not going to be doing that. But that is a beautiful evening look. That's gorgeous. And I can imagine even lining that with the rose gold or combining it, because this is my first, first impressions here. I don't combine them, but I'll do other looks for other videos where I will. That's a really pretty night out shade. Darn Pat McGrath, she always comes through. All right, well, I am very curious about this Chartreuse shade. So I'm going to do a much better job of getting all the glitter off and, reapplying some foundation and stuff over it so we can try this Chartreuse. Stay right there. Okay, I'm cleaned up a lot better now because we got to give this Cosmic Chartreuse its due. Got clean brushes. I'm kind of excited about this. I don't know if it's a color I would normally wear, but it was certainly different. So let's give it a try. No more glitter left. Ooh, it's kind of gold. You know what? It's kind of olivey gold, really, on the eyes. You will have seen the swatches, and so you will know better than I do. Got a nice clean Reffer number 1. I have quite a few of them. It's my favorite Reffer brush. Okay, I would definitely not call this Chartreuse. I would call this kind of an olivey gold. And therefore, it's glorious. Yes, and it is Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, but in a little tube. And we're going to give this guy a little bit of a wear test for a few hours to see if it can live up to the promise that it does not crease. Because I know that you guys will want to know if it creases. There is nothing worse than being at work or out for the day and you're constantly having to look in the mirror and do this move with your finger to stop the creasing on your eye. This is lovely. Ooh, is that pretty? Okay, I am gonna kind of just perfect it off camera and then let's wear it for a few hours and come right back. Stay there. Okay, it's been 3 hours. I know that's not a massive wear test and I do apologize, but I haven't had any creasing. And yes, often these things will crease later on in the day, but for me, they tend to crease right away and I am pretty impressed. That Chartreuse I thought was gonna be a wild kind of Pat McGrath shade that I would say is, that I love but never get out. No, this is definitely a golden olive green. I'm impressed, you guys. Okay, so I have that feeling that carries over from liquid eyeshadows, including the Stila, to be honest, from years and years and years ago, that they were uncomfortable, that they're wet, that they get over here, that they crease, that they this, that they that. And lately, I've kind of proven wrong over and over again. And this is the best liquid eyeshadow I've ever tried, including Stila in its heyday. I really liked the Tarte liquid eyeshadow. They had a nice one. This is even better. This is Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, but in a little tube with a doe foot, and it does not crease. And it really does stick, just kind of goes on. She's got something here. It goes on like a beautiful, just kind of, it's lovely. Would be beautiful built up together, beautiful over an eye quad or a palette or your favorite mixed with each other. But worn alone for a quick one and done, you're not going to be able to beat this. It's lovely. It's lovely. Now, here's where you come in. Talk me into getting some of the eyeshadow palettes. Tell me if I should or not, or the lip colors or whatever it is that you got. Or did you try any of the other of these liquid eyeshadow shades? Let me know what your thoughts are. That's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. If you haven't already done so, my goodness, what's stopping you? Make sure that you subscribe to this channel so we can continue to grow. Come and say a big hello over on Instagram and on TikTok too. And don't forget that you can support this channel by becoming a member or by giving super thanks, as so many of you lovely people have done. But it doesn't matter to me how or when or where you are involved. I'm just glad to see you here, and I hope to see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.